Focus in talking about the painting We Are You, and if you guys were here last night, was particularly inspiring to me as an artist to be able to see the song being sung by children. Um, the reason we put this panel is kind of to celebrate history and understand that nothing kinds of comes from nothing. There's always a beginning of something, and that beginning might not be in your own land. It might be coming from Spain, places in Europe, but there's always a beginning. And I'm going to tell a little bit of the background of how I did this painting, and I'm going to talk about a few sources of inspiration. Then I'll read the poem, and then I'm going to talk about how we design the story of this painting to be connected to this very Latino movement throughout the United States. When I think about Spain, I begin to think about, by having a meeting with Mario Tapia, the founder of Latino Gerontological Center, we met and we're talking about the Latinos in America. And I begin to think about, we talked about what to do and how to do it, and then I went home and I began to think about a few names, and I thought about Picasso, I thought about Miró, I talked about Dali, I thought about Gaudi, and I thought about, by the way, it's almost impossible to talk about Spanish art if I'll mention Picasso, but I don't know if you had enough time to read the readings of Picasso. He really has this revolutionary idea to write and thought and paint the incredible ideas. I mean, the statement he makes about the Guernica, the statements he makes about art is not just something to decorate your walls. I mean, are powerful and timeless. And Picasso becomes the single most important artist who bring his art to the United States. If I'll never walk in American land, to impact American art and pop culture like no other artist. We know Duchamp also did, but Duchamp was here. It was very much shaping the culture of New York and the museums of New York and the whole red maid stuff. Then he brought it to American culture, but he was here. Picasso never walked in the United States. And by the way, he said, I don't care. Either one of my art, let they come here and get it here. I'm busy. It's amazing. By the way, Jackson Pollock only becomes Jackson Pollock after he takes Picasso out of his system. And finally, Picasso's ideas and different styles drives Jackson Pollock nuts to the point that he gets to the dripping. And if you have a chance to see the Whitney retrospective about Picasso and American art, you can see the whole love and rejection between Pollock and Picasso. Anyway, I just threw that nugget out there to understand how Spanish art and European art is so powerful, and we cannot just kind of say, well, we're doing a new thing. Maybe we're reinventing, maybe we're adopting, maybe we're just shifting here and there. But history is a very important element. So thinking about those works, and then thinking about myself and being as an artist, and making a pause in a Mexican muralist who has created a fantastic impact in art in 19th century, 20th century, but specifically about the form they decide to do the huge murals. And if you have a chance to read the manifesto, what they wrote things like, we don't want to put paintings and easels and have this kind of bourgeois collecting system. Then if you're rich, you can buy the art and you can commission me to paint your face if you are king or somebody with a lot of money. We want to get this in big walls, and we want to impact society. I want to empower people to think. In that kind of thinking lies the foundation for this painting. Because as an artist, I feel that as an artist, I have a duty to bring not a simple answer to any situation, but maybe perhaps write the right question, ask the right question. And now you see in my lectures and what I do in my writings, always talking about this. I'm not trying here to give one angle, trying to give you the one simple truth, but maybe I can be able to put few right questions out there, then you can embrace it and digest however you want and do something about it. So all those ideas and with particular love for art history and history begins to sort of torment me. And in the idea of sitting with Mario Tapia and saying, Duda, what are we going to do? And I tell, you know what I'm gonna do? You asking me to create a poster for a convention. I don't wanna do a poster for a convention. I wanna create a painting who embodies this struggle. That's why we came up with the name We Are You. Because I said, here, there's a problem of understanding what's going on. We Are You means I'm you and you is me. I mean, this is like a third generation issue going on in this country. And not all Latinos here are illegal. It's not every, and by the way, not all illegal is Latino. That's right. So we need to break and we need to begin to destroy the stereotypes, ideas of thinking about it. Remember, we're in a global culture now. We're not in a Cold War and there's Russia, United States, and everybody else. It doesn't work like this anymore. You don't want to do business? I'm telling you something. I'm from Brazil. There's at least 10 countries doing business all the time with Brazil. And there's other places all over the world happen this very organic thing. Then each one does business however they can, however they see the particular interest. So I was like thinking about those things and say, look, we need to deal first with the stereotype. Then this is it. America, the strength of America always being embracing other cultures. And maybe for a little while we forgot about that, or there's not enough people thinking about that. But that's the beauty of America. Then always new cultures coming here and shaping what America is. And America is still a very young country. But that's the beauty, that's the strength. And I said, this is a very contradicting statement. So I said, the title has to be this, We Are You. And we need to begin to deal with this fundamental thing here. So what I did is I began to combine few ideas. For instance, I took the idea of pop art and pop culture in the Americana of incorporating American flag. And so I took the American flag and I kind of tweak around it. And I put this very social, revolutionary, Spaniard, Mexican, whatever you say, Latino approach. So there you have sort of the Statue of Liberty, Mother America sitting in the middle of the flag, pointing to a new star and saying, guys, the population are changing, Americans is still changing, and here's the new star, is the Latino who are us. So he points to the gold star over there. And sort of there's this hands of helping to lift up new layers of what America is becoming. That's not something new, but it's there. And then I wrote all those other countries who are dealing with a second issue of Latinos being like, or if you're Latino, no, we're going to just talk about Latino Mexicans or Latino Puerto Ricans. I mean, this is not how you understand the Latino population. The Latino population are all these people with the differences, but with one thing in common. They perhaps are Americans, and they perhaps make the new landscape of America in the 21st century. And so I combine all of that in the painting.